Welcome to Stephon Wynn Jr. in 7 plays. And if you're not familiar with what I do in this series, is I take a look at a prospect, a player, in just a limited number of plays to kind of highlight and to showcase what you are getting with him. And in this case, I'm looking at Alabama transfer Stephon Wynn Jr., who just announced that he is going to be going to Nebraska via the transfer portal. So Husker fans wanting to get to know your new player a little bit better, take a look here. Let's get into the film, and let's figure out what you are getting with Stephon Wynn Jr. All right, the first thing that I want to showcase is Wynn's ability to play the run, and I think that's his strong suit. Here against Arkansas, we have Wynn lined up over the center, the zero technique, playing that nose tackle type spot. And at the snap of the ball, we're getting run action, and we're going to have a handoff here. And what I love is Wynn's able to get his hands at the shoulders. He's initiating contact. He's using his length to take on the center, and he's able to then anchor in. He's using that left hand, that outside hand, as leverage, keeping his inside shoulder free. And he's in a position right here, in essence, to control this gap right here. He still looks like he could get out here if needed, but it looks like that's maybe where the linebacker's going. But he's holding his point of attack, and now ends up being a play action pass, RPO, whatever you want to call it. But what I love in this play is it shows Wynn's ability to just anchor in, hold the point of attack, and be in a position not only to hold the point of attack, to occupy a blocker, but he's in a position to make a play. If that ball was coming up the middle, he would be able to shed and get off and make that tackle right there. One of the things that really stood out to me about Stephon Wynn was his power and his strength in the run game. Here against Miami, he's lined up right here, the left defensive tackle, basically head up on this right guard for Miami. And Miami's going to run the ball away from him. And what I love here is it's kind of like a zone run, and he reads it, and he's able to take that right guard who's going to initiate contact with him, and he's able to just push him down the line while still keeping his outside shoulder free. And he's able to just push that guy back and then even shed as, the running back's going through that hole next to him to make the tackle. And it's just that lateral quickness. He doesn't have explosive lateral quickness, but he's able to move and slide his feet and just use that power to push that offensive lineman. The offensive lineman, maybe he got positioned to seal him to that side, but he didn't control Wynn Jr., and Wynn Jr. was able to shed that block and help make that tackle. Now, it looked like 47 there was able to help trip him up, but he was right there to help make this tackle and get that stop. And look at how far he's going. He started right inside the hash, and he's making that tackle almost at the numbers, and that just shows his ability to move side to side. Another example of Wynn Jr. playing the run against Miami, he's going to slant to his right. So at the snap of the ball, he's slanting, showing some burst off the line. Once again, he's not the most explosive player, but, he's got some good burst here where he's able to just burst off the line, allow his partner, his defensive tackle, to kind of loop to the outside. But in this case, they're running the ball up the middle. And I know he's kind of blocked by the goalpost here, but you can see Wynn Jr. come off that block and be able to help make that tackle in the line. And that's not what he was designed to do on this play. His design was to move right, occupy blockers, so that his teammate can come around. But he shows the strength, he shows the awareness, and shows the ability to get off a block to be able to make this tackle for, a little bit of a gain, but he was still there to make that tackle. Now, the last clip that I want to show with his run stuffing ability is this play right here. And at the snap of the ball against Arkansas, he's going to go up and he's going to get double-teamed right away. Arkansas, in the limited number of snaps that he got, Arkansas double-teamed him a lot. And so here we have the center and the left guard initiating this contact with him. And it's going to be this play, if we watch it, it's going to be a fake pass quarterback draw. And what I like is, yes, Wynn Jr. right here now, he's kind of pushed down the line a little bit. He does get pushed back a little bit, but he doesn't quit on the play, and he's able to fight his way off of that to help get the tackle right here. Once again, it wasn't like he made a solo tackle in the backfield, but I just love his effort. I love his ability to take on a double team and then just work his way off of it to help his teammates make this tackle on the quarterback run. Now, Wynn Jr. is, he's more of a run defender. He's got limited upside as a pass rusher, but you see glimpses of it. And as we see here against Miami, once again, he's lined up over the center. He played a lot of, that zero technique, that nose tackle for Alabama. And at the snap of the line, he uses his power. So as we see here, he's going to engage with the center, and he's going to kind of be moving towards his left, but then he's able to kind of just push off, and we see it real subtly here. He's able to push with his right hand. That center moves him enough to get free, and he, at this point, is beating that center. Now, the problem is the left guard is right there to kind of pick him up, and, he gets beat or he gets stopped. But I just love his power. He's a power pass rusher. He's not the most explosive. He's not the most agile, but he's got that strength, and he was able to move the center off his mark to be able to get into that backfield. And if it wasn't for the left guard being available there, he might have been able to get a quarterback pressure. All right, another look at Stephon Wynn Jr. as a pass rusher. Here against Miami, he's lined up over the center. Once again, the camera's kind of blocking his view. But at this point, what I like here is he shows a little bit of his pass rushing moves, using his hands. And he's going to take on this center, and once again, he goes to his right, but he's able to use a bit of a swim move. You kind of have to watch it closely. But he gets his, a little bit of club with his left hand, gets his right hand over, and once again, he's beaten the center. Now, I know the center is moving over. They're kind of sliding the line, and the right guard picks him up there. But what I like in this clip is it shows his ability. It shows that he's got that club, he's got that swim, and he's able to tie them together and use that strength to be able to get some pressure and potentially get some pressure on into the backfield. All right, and this last clip that I want to show you is Stephon Wynn Jr.'s only quarterback hurry of the year. This is against New Mexico State. He's lined up once again, nose tackle in the middle of their defense. And at the snap, he's going to rush, and there's nothing there. And so he moves to his left and is able to get into the backfield. Once again, misses out on the sack, but does force an incompletion. Not the most explosive, but it does show his ability to move laterally and a little bit of that burst. As you see right here, as we get going, he kind of bursts a little bit right there. Once again, it's not the second coming of Aaron Donald, but he just shows his ability, his athleticism. Even though he's not this elite athlete, he's still got that ability to move laterally, to burst when he needs to, and able to, like here, get a quarterback pressure. Husker fans have to be excited at the prospects of getting Stephon Wynn Jr. to Nebraska. Anytime you get an Alabama player with the success that they've had, you have to be excited. And as I showed in those clips, there's a lot there. To me, Stephon Wynn Jr. is a better run defender. I think he's going to come in and be that defensive tackle in Nebraska's scheme that's more concerned about the run blocking. And you've got Ty Robinson. You just signed Devin Drew, who's more of a pass rusher. Now you're getting more of the run defender, and I think it gives you someone with experience. And I know he doesn't have a ton of experience at Alabama, but he still has played in big-level games against some quality teams, playing Miami, playing Ole Miss, playing Arkansas. He's had that experience, and he's got the tools. Here's a guy that was the former 70th rated player in his recruiting class. He was in a number 3 rated defensive end. And yes, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but he was sitting behind guys that are pretty highly touted. Alabama's had 3 guys get drafted in the last 3 drafts in the second round at defensive tackle. They got 2 guys on their roster right now, DJ Dale and Byron Young, who are viewed as top 50 prospects of the 2023 class. And so it's tough to get your foot in the door and play when you're playing with all this talent. And so I think coming to Nebraska and getting an opportunity to get on the field, I think there's a lot of potential with Stephon Wynn Jr. Now, the thing is he's got to cash it in. And he's going to have that chance to get on the field and contribute. But if you're looking for this next elite prospect, I think you might be a little disappointed. But if you're thinking, hey, this team, we just need depth along the defensive line. We got Ty Robinson. Now we got Stephon Wynn Jr. We got Devin Drew. We got a few of the guys that that the Huskers have signed and recruited in the past. I think it really helps the depth of this defense and especially the defensive line. And let's be real, Nebraska needs bodies up front to let their linebackers run. You want a guy like Stephon Wynn Jr. eating up blocks so Luke Reimer and Nick Heinrich can run free. And so O'Shawn Mathis can have more one-on-one blocks on the edge. You know, if Stephon Wynn Jr. can eat blocks and get some push, use his strength, I think that's a big win for this defense. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for Stephon Wynn Jr. in 7 plays. If you like what you saw here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for all the notifications. While you're there, follow me on social media, draft_Brian, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever your social media is, you can find me at draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time.